So we're going into spoilers now. I forgot to give this movie an 8 out of 10, or 8 to 9. I would say 8.5 out of 10. I felt that the movie was not as exciting or riveting as like The Family Corleone, which was the Family Corleone was a little more gruesome. This is a little less gruesome. There's a little bit of shootings and killing. We'll get into spoilers right now. So yeah, so this deals with Anthony Soprano, played by Michael Gandolfini, uh, James's son. He's like in his 20s now, late 20s. I watched this one before Joey Coco Diaz. Joey Coco Diaz has a small part, but of course well, spoiler alert, he gets his head blown off. It's pretty gruesome. It only lasts about a couple. It kind of looked fake. It's, that CGI stuff. That CGI trickery. Not even Coco Diaz. He doesn't even like The Simpsons or comic books or superheroes and stuff. I mean, once you're 13, there's no more Spider-Man, right? Once you discover titties and the pussy, there's no more Spider-Man. But this is a prequel, just like any other prequel. I mean, Smallville, Enterprise, uh, The Phantom Menace, The Family Corleone. But like, it's very simple. You have the Polly Walnuts character. You have Big Pussy. You have, um, So this is dealing with his uncle, Tony Soprano's uncle. So it starts out with a whole bunch of family members. You have the uncle getting killed. You have the Penelope. I'm not sure if that's not Penelope Cruz. The girl speak. She looks like Penelope Cruz. Uh, the foreign woman who's not trying to speak English, trying to learn English. She's married to a mobster. He dies because the uncle kills him, and then the brother Ray Liotta, he goes to him for good deeds. There's the widow, the one that's learning English, right? They have sex scenes here. There's a lot of killing. She gets killed. She gets whacked. Uh, her first husband got whacked. There's different killings. Mostly it's dealing with a 70s black kind of Afro gang. It's the blacks versus the Italians. There's a lot of things going on here. But I really enjoyed it. Uh, how much more I could say? I mean, it's like I keep going back to the family Corleone because in order to set up Vito Corleone and Michael, you had to kind of you had to deal with like all the other characters getting killed off, right? Luca Brasi was a big fat, like overbearing dude, like who would just take down people, like. But then he got stupid after he killed um, a baby. Like so, he had a maid, a servant girl, a servant woman, and he forced her to throw the baby into the fire, to the furnace. And so Vito Corleone goes up to Luca Brasi and says, this business you have against my son Sonny, that's finished. And so we're gonna start things anew. So Luca works for Vito, and then what happens in The Godfather. So this is kind of the same thing. I can't help but go back to the family Corleone, and just think about how everything is set up. And when you hear that dun 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 dun, when you hear the theme for Sopranos, that's when it's Tony's story now, because the uncle is sort of the main character. So the uncle kills the guy who was I think it was the guy who was the brother of the character played by Ray Liotta. And Ray Liotta plays a wife beater in another movie, which was interesting. No Sudden Moves as that movie. But Ray Liotta is the guy in jail, so he's talking to the uncle. The uncle, he's dealing with the 70s riots, the 60s, 70s riots. So many different things going on. So I found that really interesting. Um, so there's racism, there's there's well-to-do black people doing thriving in the neighborhood. Uh, I don't know much about the dad. I think the Tony's dad does get whacked. He does get killed. Definitely Joey Coco Diaz's character. There's one guy who slips and falls on the stairs, and he can't fuck anymore or whatever. It's a lot of funny things. Um, I'm trying to think of all the things I saw tonight and this morning. There's so many interesting things. It's very quick. It's very quick. I like the scene where Tony hijacks the ice cream truck and gives free ice cream out to kids because the truck driver owed money. So when you screw over family, you're going to get screwed over. You don't do that. Um, Now I'm just thinking about when Paramount Pictures wanted a cut of the prop. They saw the Family Corleone as fan fiction because it was without their authorization. So the book that you just saw was the first edition, is the first edition before anything. So 8.5 out of 10, and I'll do some He-Man stories tomorrow.